All right, so we're gonna hop into a just a quick little test match, and I'm going to show you guys the Porsche 911 and compare it to a regular Roadster coupe and some of the other different, like the Bugatti skins, Lamborghini skins, and show you if it is pay to win or pay to lose. The spoiler alert here is that it's probably going to be pay to lose, just like the other skins are. Usually these sport cars are lower to the ground, so the suspension has less travel, which means they're even worse off-road than other cars. They flip more easily, they get stuck in terrain more easily. They're not any faster than like a regular coupe or anything like that is. Of course, they look cooler. Some of the pros though are sometimes that the body is a bit different, so it might be lower to the ground, harder to hit on certain areas. There might be different sized pillars that block bullets or don't block bullets. So we'll kind of go through all that real quick, break it down, and give you guys just a little insight as to maybe which skin you should use or not use if you're trying to, you know, sweat in min-max or whatever. Okie dokes. I think this is going to be better. Yeah, this is better. This ground's more level. Yeah, here you can see the lowest one, Lamborghini, like definitely in terms of the height, so the roof line. Tallest by far is the regular coupe. Looks like the Bugatti and the 911's, it's pretty close, but the Bugatti's a little shorter. So it goes Lamborghini, Bugatti, 911, and then coupe. And then that also obviously plays into a role on the height of the undercarriage of the vehicle. These all seem to be pretty damn close. The Lamborghini, Bugatti, and the 911. I'd probably go as far to say they're the same in terms of height off the ground, but compared to the coupe, way taller. And what that means is you're going to have way more suspension travel in the regular coupe skin. And why that's important is because when you go off-road, this car is going to be way better in terms of handling. The suspension is going to be a bit more floaty, so it's going to be more forgiving to bumps and the oscillations in the terrain. That's why these cars stink off-road, and what we always say is they're pay to lose, is because they're very easy to get caught on rocks or pebbles or dips and literally just get stuck or flip over. All of these cars are going to be prone to doing that. This is way less likely to do that. So that's why these are pay to lose, is because they're worse to drive and they're not actually going to be faster cars. Like top speeds and stuff are the same. But why they could be pay to win is because getting shot inside of them is going to be a lot more difficult in some cases. So here's a quick explanation. First of all, in PUBG, the weakest part of your vehicle is going to be the engine. Okay, engine on this car is here. Engine on this car is in the back. Engine on this car is in the back. Engine on this car is in the back. So as you're driving up to people, this is actually going to take less damage to the vehicle in the front versus what this one would. As you're driving away from somebody, this will take more damage than this one. So it's a little difference there, right? And getting shot out of the actual car, this is called an A pillar. This is called a B pillar. This is called a C pillar in car talk, okay? So this is going to offer different levels of protection for you, the driver. And you can see one thing they did recently was they tinted a lot of the glass to make it more uniform. I think it's probably tinted a little too much, to be honest. But they try to even it out to where some vehicles don't have a harder or easier glass to see out of or shoot through. But anywho, so your player is sitting in the car, right? So you're sitting like this in the car. You actually blend in really well with the black outfit. And look how much higher the actual player model is going to be compared to these. So you can imagine a drive-by. If I'm trying to shoot here versus shoot way down here, this is going to be a lot easier to shoot a target out of the coupe because you sit much higher and the window is very big to get shot out of versus a Lamborghini. It's really hard to tell, right? Like where exactly the player is to shoot. Same thing with the Bugatti. It's really hard to tell. That window's very thin. Porsche is a bit more open, to be fair. So this is actually probably easier to get shot out of than the Lamborghini or the Bugatti. But the other thing you got to consider is the A pillar. So this material right here, this actually blocks bullets. This material blocks bullets. You can see this is wider than this, right? So it has a thicker A pillar. So, you know, if you're at an angle, it's going to be very hard to get shot out of this vehicle compared to that vehicle. The Bugatti, pretty similar. I would say it's probably a little bit of a thinner A pillar than the Lamborghini, but much thicker than the coupe. And then this car, This is probably pretty dang close to the Bugatti as well and the Lamborghini. Like you can shoot through what this you cannot shoot out of. So this is actually pretty thick coming from the black bit to here. Same thing here though. Black bit's like right here. And then Lamborghini black bit is right there to there. So Lamborghini is the thickest. Pause. These two I think are pretty even. That's the thinnest, okay? So what's easier to get shot out of? Coupe, then the Porsche, then these two is what I would say from the front of the car. That's actually come from the front angle. From the dead on front, let's see. Height is a pretty good height to get shot out of here. Pretty hard in this one. Pretty damn hard in this one too. The sun's like right freaking there, isn't it? And then pretty easy in this one. So what's easier to get shot out of? Again, this is the easiest. Second easiest, and I think these would be tied or, you know, third, fourth easiest. Can you shoot through the steering wheel column? Let's see. You can, okay. So this doesn't block bullets. Like you'll shoot through the steering wheel in the column of the dash. Oh, wait, interesting. Look at this. You can't shoot through the steering wheel column of the Lamborghini, but you can in the Bugatti. Oh, that's a problem. What about the Porsche? The steering wheel is blocking bullets, is it? Like this is blocking bullets too, but is the steering wheel blocking? No. No, okay. So, but this is blocking bullets. So this is actually crucial. Look at this. All these bullets got blocked. So in the front, Lamborghini is by far the hardest to get shot out of. Like by far. The thickest A-pillar. You can't shoot through the steering wheel column. And it's the lowest to the ground with the thinnest windshield. Like this is by far the most pay to win in terms of it being able to get shot out of the front of the vehicle. Like by far. The side of the vehicle, honestly, probably the same because it's got the thinnest window. Can you shoot through these doors? That blocks it. That blocks it. Yeah, the Lamborghini for sure is the one to use. Like no question. Oh, did you see that? That means you can shoot through that. Whenever you see that carbon fiber material kind of going up, means you can shoot through it. Second. I want to blow these cars up here. Hang tight, guys. One sec. Let me do some wrenching if you don't mind. Feel like I'm back home with the M5. Oh, I reached out to a couple of companies about doing sponsorship videos for the M5 with some upcoming like maintenance and stuff that I want to do to it. One of them is open to discussing, so we'll see. TLDR is the Coupe Roadster. The RB Coupe is going to be the best to drive. You know, it's the less likely to flip and roll over and stuff, but it is going to be the easiest to get shot out of. The harder ones to drive off-road are going to be these for sure. But of the three, this is the safest in terms of getting